In the old days, the slaves weren't allowed to read. In the new world, the slaves won't read no matter what. Now here's an interesting thing about a flip. We got a thing called the risk analysis sheet. Write that down, risk analysis. And the risk analysis compares your deal against several pitfalls. How many risks are on the risk analysis? So there's about, let's say, 30 to 40 things you can mess up on a deal. Now here's the interesting thing we got from the data. We made the dead patient list, huge matrix, and looked at all the problems with real estate. So every deal you can get a certain number of mistakes and still make money. If you get 10 things wrong, you're making money. So 8 things wrong, 5 things wrong, you're making money. When you get to about 15 you start breaking even. When you get to 18 things wrong, you're going to lose 10% of ARV. And if you get 25 things wrong on the deal, you're going to go bankrupt. And I know that data because we have ran real deals on the matrix and we figured out every single thing that people get wrong. Bryce, what were the main things you were doing wrong when you were flipping? Design. Okay, so design was a major offender for him. What else?
Letting the contractors get out of hand.
Okay, letting contractors get out of hand. Oh, gunslinging. Yeah. What do we call that? Gunslinging. What's gunslinging?
A Stefano habit.
Oh yeah, a Stefano habit that I can pull off because I'm unconsciously competent, where I just do stuff and I intuitively know that it's going to work. But when Bryce tries to gunsling and he's not Wayne Gretzky, he doesn't score any goals because he can't gunsling, and that's a problem. It's like a chef. If you take a chef and you watch him cook, he says a pinch of salt. And they're like, how much was that? Just a pinch. And they're like, well, sir, we're trying to make this into a cake mix. And Corey McKinnon comes over and he says, well, sir, we need to get the exact a teaspoon measurement. That's Corey, I'm coaching Corey. He's like, well, I need to know the exact teaspoon. I'm like, Corey, just a pinch. And he's like, well, so tell me about the pinch. And Corey has to take the salt. He's like, pinch some salt for me. And I put it in a little spoon. And he goes, well, that's half a teaspoon. Do you guys see the problem there? Do you guys know how many books the average American reads? Remember we said average American, fat, stupid, and broke. Canadians too. Average person reads like 0 books a year. Okay? Write that down, 0 books a year. It's like 0 to 1. And if they read 1 book, guess which one of 2 books it probably is? Harry Potter or 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my God. Okay, and people complain CEOs make too much money. How many books does the average CEO read per year? 50 to 60. So 50 to 60 books, and the CEO makes hundreds of times more money than the guy reading 0 books. In the old days, the slaves weren't allowed to read. In the new world, the slaves won't read no matter what. Poor people have big TVs, rich people have big libraries. I was talking to someone yesterday, they said, blah, 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 this TV show, do you know? And I said, I'm sorry, I don't have a TV. I don't have a TV. We just bought a 75-inch TV for the office for a background for the podcast. It's $2,000, I can't believe it. But nobody ever watches anything on that TV, it's a background. So one thing, who wants to make more money this year? Hands up. Go home and throw out your fucking TV. Just take it off the wall and throw it out and install a bookshelf. Most homes over $650,000 have a library in them, a room called a library. Write that down. Most homes over $650,000 have a library or a study. My grandma calls it the idiot box because it makes you into an idiot.